Saludos mis amigos, te habla Gabriel Palerm de Palerm Informa. Hoy venimos a algo que a mí me gusta mucho. Y now we have to do it in English and Spanish, so we are bilingual. So remember, follow palerminforma.com or, like we say in Puerto Rico, Spanglish. Estamos aquí con un caballero luchador, el hombre de la manopla grande en el pecho de Monkey, que vamos a hacer la prueba ahorita. Sí. No, pero no me dijiste que tú eras el macho de 7 suelas.
No, ese es el bronco. Yo no soy el bronco.
No. Ok, pues tenemos la bronca.
Monkey, you don't want to take a shot, pero te quiere coger un Vader bomb. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, cónchale.
I make a stupid decision, so don't worry about it.
Pues,
I took a shot already.
you took a shot. Well, pues como le decimos, bienvenido. Queremos darle la bienvenida a este caballero acá. Coño, no agarré bien tu nombre otra vez.
Ángel.
¿Cuál es el...?
Puerto Rican Juggernaut, Ángel Camacho.
Ángel Camacho. Coño, familia de estos Camacho. O sea, ya sabe que da 2 veces doble.
That's right.
That's good. Y queremos darle las gracias a nuestros auspiciadores, Palerm Insurance Agency, para todo relacionado a tu seguro, excepto el seguro de vida de Monkey, porque yo creo que no podemos hacerle nada ahora mismo.
No va a cubrir.
Por todas las lecciones que le van a ocasionar, dándonos un training de cómo se trabaja esto. Copal Enterprise, para remodelaciones, no remodela ni rodillas, ni piernas, ni pecho.
Para que remodele la oficina después que...
Entonces, y a nuestra personal trainer Angie Illas, todo relacionado a training, ejercicio, nutrición, todo ya está disponible para todos ustedes. Y al más caracachimba en los podcasts, a Monkey Entertainment. El número va a salir en la parte de abajo siempre, porque a mí siempre se me olvida. Sé que termina en 0707.
888-0707.
Pero, oye, pegué algo.
No pegué.
Son 2 manoplazos. Son 2 manoplazos.
Yeah, we're keeping count, Monkey.
Así que, bueno, vamos a lo que venimos, a hablar de lucha libre y de cómo esto ha sido una experiencia para ti, cómo empezaste, en qué te metió en el business.
Yeah.
Tus fans, o sea, explícanos qué te motivó, vamos a decir, back your story, how you started in this type of business.
So it's funny because I tell people all the time, every time I do podcasts and stuff like that, they ask that same question. So a lot of people back then, it's, I've always wanted to be a wrestler. I watched it growing up. Not me. Porque I play sports in general. So, I mean, I watched wrestling, but it wasn't I had to be.
Probably like football, because that's what everybody,
pretty much.
So you probably played that.
Yeah, I played football, baseball, basketball, everything. I was just an athlete all around.
Oh, that's good.
But I've watched it, but it wasn't it wasn't my church, if that makes sense. I was working at McDonald's with it one time with my buddy of mine, and he was the boss, and we were sitting in the office instead of working, by the way. And he just come up to me.
At McDonald's?
McDonald's, yeah.
But you already made the fries, though.
No. I had other people doing that. I was just sitting there. We were talking. That's the perks of having your best friend as the manager.
Okay. Because I work at McDonald's. They made me do the fries, and that's what I got burned, though.
No. I was the guy. I was like, can I take your order?
Okay. So you're the lucky ones.
Yeah. No, but anyways, we were sitting in the office, and we were talking, and he goes, man, you know what I want to try? And I was like, what's that? He goes, pro wrestling. I was like, pro wrestling? I was like the stuff on TV, like WWE? He was like, yeah. And I was just like, for real? He was like, yeah. And I was like, fuck it, let's try it. What's the most that can happen? I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then from there we found a school, found a place, and we went and did a tryout, which is crazy because when we went to the building, it was on the east side of Cleveland. And the building, like the windows had like people threw rocks through them. So
shit.
It was one of those. So we pull up and we're just like, oh my God, I think we're about to get shot or something or robbed. We get up to was like the 3rd or 4th floor. I can't remember, but it was a flight of steps, no elevator. We get there, we knock on the door. We open the door and this door just, and we look in like this, and it's dark. One seat to the left, just one little seat that you would use like at school. Y después, between 2 pillars is a ring. And above that ring, it's one light, one of the cone lights, the light bulb in the middle, just
in the middle, like the movies. Like like
so
Rocky.
we're sitting there, we're just like, oh my God.
But you saw there's a lot of people
There
there?
was no one there at the moment.
Shit. So you got you didn't do like a Puerto Rican. You didn't went late. You
No,
went really
yeah,
early.
yeah. Actually, no, we weren't that early, but it just, I guess he had went to the bathroom or something. But we looked and we're like, should we go in there? Like, we're gonna get in there and get robbed. And so from that point, we finally went in, and then he came, and then we did a tryout, and from that point, man, it's been my life. Yeah, football was my life. Like I said, I played everything, but football was my life. At that time. And then wrestling happened, and shortly after, wrestling became my life.
So that, because we say every kid, because I remember everybody want to be like a superstar, because that's what you see it. Like back in my days in Puerto Rico, everybody loves Carlos Colon.
Yeah.
That's kind of like our Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair.
Right,
Ric Flair for me, I think is one more cheeky star.
Got you. Okay.
That was the kind of the heel guy that is cheeky, but I think in Puerto Rico now, if I want to compare, it's like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Like everybody hate him, but they really love him.
Yeah. I would say like a Randy Orton then.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Something like that. Like really like, man, we hate him, but hey, we love him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even there's a big story that he was even had to be escort to be out of a show because people wanna hit him really hard.
Yeah.
That good of a heel he was that like people say like we see you outside you might get killed.
Yep.
He got shot. He got tried. The people tried to shot him. Like there's a bunch of stuff, but then
they burned their car.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then there was this guy named Jose Huertas, like Invader Numero Uno.
Mm.
They have a big issue in Puerto Rico with Bruce Brody.
Right.
So, long short story, Cheeky he was going to fight Invader.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time he said I went out because the promotion was really really good. Mm-hmm. That was the first time because Invader was like this another hero, but like Carlos Colon was everything. Like we said that he can beat Jason just with a headbutt and a figure four.
Right.
But then Cheeky, when he went out, everybody hated him and then started cheering. And he goes like, and he go with the flow.
Yeah.
So even today, you say like you're doing something bad. Se está bregando Chiquistar. You never say like
Zarek
that's the big culture that wrestling had in Puerto Rico.
I've heard Zarek say stuff like that.
Huh?
I've heard Zarek say stuff like that. Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, it's like win this title is everything.
Yeah.
So you see, like there's Carly that was in Puerto Rico, but you see people like Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
He went back on the old days.
Yeah.
Even Ric Flair. Ric Flair lost his belt in the island one time fighting with Carlos Colon.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the day the NWA split.
Okay.
And then they never recognized that he won the title.
I've heard that story.
And even Ric Flair said, but we always said he lost in Dominican Republic with this huge Dominican wrestler. I don't recall his name. But no. It was a guy bigger than the Bronco. I remember because I met him in Puerto Rico. And it was this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So even I'm gonna share you this story. It's really the first time like Monkey told you, my dad and I my dad used to do he's the insurance broker for WWC.
Okay.
Like so many years. So one time was my birthday, and they have like this show. I don't know if maybe you ever heard of Aniversario. It's like the big, like a WrestleMania for us. I think
Anik and Zarek were telling me about that.
Yeah, well,
I've heard about
the
that.
Aniversario in the island. That's like the big, like WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad told me, "Hey, we have to go. You come with us because I want you to meet a customer of mine. Carlos Colon has an accident. There was this dude. I don't know if any told you, called Sadistic Steve Strong. It's like back then like an Undertaker, but huge guy, really really big, and he messed his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like waiting for the TV because they're gonna show how feeling the operation they're supposed to do it. And I was like, I think 8 or 9 years old. My dad's like, he went to my abuela's house and hey, let's go. Like, it's almost 11. I cannot go. I have to see what happened to Carlos. The place that we go with, they have a TV there. Like, yeah, but wait. My abuela was like, I tell you, because my abuela was going to see the wrestling because that was like the soap opera. Mm-hmm. She hates Chiqui Stardom, but she loves Carlitos. So I went to this huge house, and my dad go like, knock the door, tell them that I'm on my way. So I was like, fuck. But I saw this big house. I probably have a TV. He must have a TV.
Yeah. House like that, he's got to have a TV.
I knocked the door, and there was Victor Jovica, the big promoter in the island. I was like, really shocked. And then I go back to my dad. You know what is? You know who that guy is? Yeah, he does. I know he speaks really bad English, bad Spanish. You don't know who that is? And he goes like, no, I don't know. Daddy, that's Victor Jovica. That's Carlos Colon's friend. I was like really, really excited. Like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, for real? You don't know who it is? Like, no, and then I went in. I remember like, I get it. It's like shaking. His hand said, hey, saludo. Entra. I remember I went to his house. But I was like afraid of what happened. I was expecting even a wrestler go someplace. So, but he got the TV on. Uh-huh. So there were Carlos Colon, the doctor talking. So my dad and him were on the meeting talking about the insurance, and they knocked the door. My dad, Victor, told me, say, abre puerta. And I was like, fuck. As soon as I was going to start, I was like, I ran, opened the door, watched the TV, but as soon as I kind of like look who it was Carlos Colon. Uh-huh. So on my point, maybe, I don't know, maybe your fans or kids can see it. But I know you're a heel, but, you know, more heels are more popular than the heroes.
Yeah, most times.
I saw Carlos, and instead, even he always remembered that instead of I shake his hand, I hug him and I give him a kiss. Like really, I was like admitting my idol, and he goes, and then he goes start, that was okay. I remember his shoulder, so I was like, oh shit, I messed it up. So he sit down with me. He told me that the doctor was okay. That don't worry, don't see it. But he cannot say because he's gonna have a surprise because he was going to fight Savio Vega back then TNT, and TNT was my favorite heel guy. Okay. So even they went to the fight. Carlos didn't fight that night. He fought, blah blah blah. So for my birthday, we went backstage.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if you guys do it in your wrestling company, but he told me, say, birthday boy, come. I was like, you're gonna go and meet the wrestlers. And I remember I started getting, and I saw Carlos again, shaking hand, the invaders. I saw the super medicos, but now he went to the other side. Uh-huh. And the first thing I told TNT, man, go with Carlos. He's good. You guys were, and he was like, nah, because I'm the world champion. I know, but you're good. You do martial arts. So, and I was trying to tell him what to do. Mm-hmm. And then, so when you have that type of for me it was really good. Met him like when I met him. Yeah. So I don't know, when the kids goes to you, say, hey, why you do this bad? What do you really? How can you stay on the character? But then you don't want to say, hey, fuck him up, kicking his balls, or.
It's kind of a hard one because it all depends on the situation, right? There's been situations where I'm really nice. There's been situations where I stay in character. It honestly, it all depends on
how they approach.
Yeah. I have one mom. This is funny. So I've had one mom recently tell me, she sent me a message on Facebook and was telling me that her son was really, really scared of me, and that to the point where he has nightmares about me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like, and she goes, man, he's really, really scared. She goes, he has nightmares, and he's constantly telling me that you're scary and this and this and this. She's like, can you do me one favor? Can you, after a show, come up to him, introduce yourself, just show him you're not scary and mean like that. So I did, and next thing I know, the kid's smiling and hugging on me and stuff. She goes, he knows your entire song, your entrance music and everything. And so I was nice that day. But this past show that I just had this past weekend, he was at the show and he was in the crowd. And when I was going around the ring, I was scaring him again.
But
So-
he must be like, shoot. Like, oh, but well, he was good with. He's like,
Yep.
I remember that when I met him, that even I met a bunch of wrestlers. Even that's one of the things they told me. That's more in Puerto Rico. They said that the new kids, they not 10 years ago, 10 to, because I'm 20, we are 2025, but I remember I spoke to one of the wrestlers. He said like, this new generation, they don't interact with people.
Yeah.
But then last time that I spoke with Savio, and I'm gonna try to see if we can get you guys together about them. I asked him, hey, how's the new? He said, new blood, way better with the crowd.
Yeah.
And I was like, some of them they just want to do fancy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but now they had to get there. I guess now they're found out they had to get connected with the.
Yeah, because
Like right now, it's like,
I'll-
if I knew my mom wrote a wrestler
Mhm.
back in, I will. No, my grandma. You know what happened? My grandma, que descanse en paz. I remember a Christmas party, my dad's house.
Mhm.
Carlos went to my house, and then I told Carlos, I need a big, big favor. And he goes, what? I need you to talk to my grandma, and he goes like, okay. He didn't knew that my grandma was like this huge fan.
Uh-huh.
So when Abuela, I got your Christmas present with me right now. He wants to talk to you. And I go like, ¿Quién me vas a poner? Al cabrón de Chiquistar. Y yo le dije, no, abuela, you're gonna like it. So I put in the phone. And Carlos talked. When Carlos picked up the phone, that was an old cell phone. So he goes like, oh shit. My grandpa's like, Carlos, I love you, que te quiero, blah, blah, blah. No pelees, tú sabes que te pueden lastimar, y blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, then we go, your grandma was a big fan. And then Carlos put his son there. Eddie, sí. So, and she go, Eddie, next time, defienda your father, blah, 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 blah. And he go like, your grandma ground me. And she's screaming to me like, I told you, she follow every day, every Saturday and Sunday, 11. She's on the TV.
Yeah.
She doesn't hear the radio. She doesn't see soap opera. It's you guys.
Yeah, wrestling
Even
is their soap opera.
My grandma don't even. I remember when WWE started, but back then WWF started getting business in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
They have the same. They have one time. They have in the Iran Bison, Carlos versus Abdullah. And in the side, there's a big Coliseum, Coliseo Roberto Clemente.
Mhm.
It was WWF. Hulk Hogan was going there. And you know how many people went to see Hulk Hogan?
Probably not many.
They said there was like 600 people went to the Coliseo.
Uh-huh.
Iran Bison, there was no they had to open more gates,
seats. Uh-huh.
more seats. The fire department had to go there. ¿Cómo tú dices? La fuerza de choque. You know, like the SWAT, those people that
Yeah. SWAT,
they
yeah.
had to go there to stop people because people were trying to get in. Because Abdullah, they want to see Abdullah get his butt kicked by
Right.
Carlos Colon.
You know
So-
Abdullah the Butcher?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
He done.
he was the most scared wrestler from Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Oh, yeah?
Because he's always have a
Fork.
fork and always hit Carlitos on the
Even that, like Steve Strong. Like right now, you said that you scare these people.
Mm.
Steve thrown for us, even for me.
Yeah.
I was scared as
Was
hell.
like the Freddy Krueger.
Man, no.
Everyone's
Sadistic
scared
is strong.
because he got the eyes,
Uh-huh.
like white eyes, the lens,
See.
and
And they had the 666 here on the side.
So they mix his performance with the costume and the things around, and he was really scared.
We got Jason back then,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy, he was huge. He's from Canada. I'm a wrestling geek, so
Yeah, I got you.
so that's what I get pissed off when he called me on Sunday. Do you want to go to a wrestling event? Like, what time?
Monkey, you
Bro.
got to make that call early. You knew about it since Friday.
Yeah, but I was like,
He was going to invite somebody else.
And then that
But
person
he said,
dijo que
said,
no.
no puedo ir. Then he
Okay. So you were his second choice.
If I knew, I would go there, put the bell, and I was like, yeah. But you know something? When I
he liked to bully me, so
Yeah.
that's part of the.
I don't know why, but I don't believe that.
He told me, but the first time he told me, say, hey Gabriel, what we gonna have on the webcast, on the podcast? I'm like, hey, you know, this dude that do wrestling, and he go like, nah, they probably busy, like, well, vamos a entrevistar.
Telling the truth.
Vamos a
Hey,
entrevistar a un.
I'm gonna turn down your volume. Say the truth. You say, just bring Zarek. And I
No,
say,
puede
I'm gonna
Zarek.
bring. Hi.
No, porque yo no lo conocía a él.
No, you see, and I say, I got another person that say, no, let's start with Zarek first, and then we can invite his friend.
Mira,
So,
yo no sé porque me dice, te voy a invitar yo, llévate un wrestler porque vamos, I'm gonna bring my belt. And he goes like, even this morning, yo estoy en la oficina cuando él me llama, we got it. Like, yeah. And I go to my office because I have the belt and I say, no se me queda la correa. And he I was setting it up. I was wrestling last night. Okay. And then this morning I was like, fuck, I left the belt inside that. So I wake up really early because I live really close from, because it's come almost to El Paso. I think it's close to Mexico where he lives.
he too. He came from Oklahoma, so we are in the same.
I was in Oklahoma for about 8 years. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's lived close to Oklahoma. And
We
I
all
live
know that it's
close
not
to El
that-
Paso.
it's not that close, 45 minutes.
both, we are far from here. So.
So when he told me, I was like, I drove really early, pick up my belt, drive over here, and go like, we go there, like, okay, perfect. I got my belt. Because like I said, wrestling is for me is, we know there's many people that struggles in this business because maybe you watched was it like the movie The Wrestler?
Yeah.
There's the one that I start watching it, but it's through Showtime. It's with Mark Hamill. Not Mark Hamill.
The heel?
Yeah, The Hill.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
I need to see season 2. I've seen season 1.
I saw it, but the season is really slow.
Yeah.
But it's good, but it's slow. That's why I kind of like it took me a little bit. But when Monkey was telling me about how your company, what's the name of the company? The
DFW?
DFW. DFW Wrestling.
DFW All Pro.
All
Pro Wrestling.
Okay, All Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
When he was telling me, it just told me about the same old company that the Ohio thing, the show from, I was going to say Ohio Valley, because I know that was one of the place for WWE. The show from the Hill, there's like this small town that have the wrestling stuff. So when he was telling me, maybe it's kind of the same thing. How do you see the way that when you start that you, like right now, you don't play in football, you use directly wrestling. How do you think you can live right now like a complete profession, or you might plan to go, or you think it's gonna help you out to go to the next level?
Honestly, so I'm about to be 15 years in. Okay. I got 4 kids. At one point, I did have the aspirations of trying to go to the next level. I think now, and this by no means means that I wouldn't go to the next level if I had a chance, right? I wouldn't be like, no, it's okay. I would, Pero because I have kids and they're my priority, right now I'm what's considered a weekend warrior, which is I wrestle every weekend just about, and I'm gone
So
traveling.
you do it like a hobby, or you thinking it's more as a professional?
No, right now a hobby because I don't get paid enough to where I can live off of it. Would that be great? Yes, 100%. But I have to make sure that I can afford to take care of my family for me to do it full time. Wrestling's really, really hard to make money out of it. You know,
so it's not true like you go this huge figure because everybody said like you have to be like really
swollen. Yeah. So a lot, man. The problem is wrestling is a body sport. Basically, it means like by no means does it mean you can't be famous, but you got to work really, really, really hard. A lot of traveling, sleeping in your car, hotels. You're really never home to try to be able to, especially if you're a first generation wrestler. First generation wrestler basically means that you don't have anyone in your family that's wrestled before. You know what I mean?
So
you're the first one.
They don't know the culture.
Right, exactly. So you're the first one. So for first generation wrestlers, it's a lot harder to make it to the next level. Again, you have to be 100% dedicated. That means you're going to lose money. You're going to sleep in your car, sleep in hotels, until you start getting a reputation.
How old are your kids?
My oldest is 15.
So what he said when he said my dad is a wrestler, how their friends.
So their friends love it and then what's crazy is I drive school buses too.
Oh, okay.
That's my 9 to 5. And so
they don't get scared of the kids. Or they're more teenagers than
I drive the little kids. So yes, some of them do get scared, but some of them they're just like whatever, But my kids, they love it. They go to all their friends. My dad's a wrestler. Looking, and they bring up videos, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And then when they meet me, they're like, "You wrestle?" And it's like I said, it's a mixed thing. Some kids love it, some don't, but. For me to make it to the next level, I'd have to make sure that I can afford to make sure that they're taken care of. Okay. Porque the problem is I'm one of those guys, and I was raised that family's first. That's my priority.
That's a priority.
Now, again, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't mind going to the next level, but at the moment, I don't have the means and the funds to take that risk, because that's a huge risk. To possibly make sure.
How long will it take, like when you really feel like if you want to go and join this type of business, when is too young or too old to begin? Or
so when I first started, 18 was the youngest, and then you go from there. Now in the new generation, there's kids that are 15, 16, starting out training and stuff like that. To me, 16, I would say, would be the youngest, just because you don't want to train too young of a kid, because then they go to school and they look what I can do, and they hurt somebody, and then now that's on you, right? Because you trained this little kid, and you can sit there, and let's be honest, you can sit there and tell little kids all day, like, you cannot do this, you can't do this, you can't do this at school. A little kid is a little kid. They're still going to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So, to me, I think 16 would probably be the youngest. Just because they're older, they understand more. You know what I mean? They get right from wrong for the most part. And so, and honestly, the max age, I really can't even tell you, because there's a guy, like my brother Ocho. He started when he was 43. Oh, shit.
Because I know Ellen Knight is really from WWE. He's like almost 50, I think. Now
yeah, but so what's crazy is, so a lot of those older guys that are in the WWE, some of them started young, but they didn't make it to WWE till like they were older. That happens a lot, where a lot of wrestlers, not so much now, pero antes. A lot of wrestlers would be 15 years into their career and just now making it to the WWE.
So WWE for you guys is the Grandes Ligas.
Yep.
But what about the other ones like NWA? Because I know NWA is still on the market.
Yeah.
And I saw some show that, for me, they're some without respect to WWE, because I know it's the main thing, is the most money.
I think the top ones right now is going to be WWE, AEW, NWA, and not in that specific order, but WWE, NWA, AEW, and then TNA. And then you got ones like MLW and GCW, stuff like that. You know, those are the more independent big shows. But like Impact, WWE, and AEW and NWA, I would say those are like the main big ones right now.
So, but do you ever get a chance to go to those?
So it's crazy because I haven't had a chance to get any. I have filled out paperwork to try to get on the extra, or to try to be like, you know, on a dark show for AEW. Never got anything back from that one. But I know on May 18th, I'm going to have my first opportunity to wrestle on NWA.
Oh, okay.
So,
because I know I saw it on the YouTube, and I saw the shows and the drama. It reminds me back WCW when it begins, like kind of like they give you like, oh man, this opera, the soap, like novela.
Yeah.
And you go like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And they cut it off on the YouTube things, and I'm like, shit.
Well, so my trainer, I got a really good trainer that's like a brother to me now too. But he got me an opportunity to tag with him in NWA.
And I know that you're a heel. Mm-hmm. Do you like to be heel, or you prefer to be? To
me, heel's funner because normally I'm a good guy. I'm a really nice guy. You know, being mean is not my thing. But when I get to wrestle, I get to be mean to people and stuff like that, and I'm really, really good at it.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm really good at it.
We were talking back before tell us about the story about the kids that when they follow you, and then they, how you say it, los muchachos que te ven se asustan, los que no se asustan, because probably the parents like want to fight you because you say something.
So most times kids are scared of me, and to a point where you're right, the parents want to get up and start fighting. But I pick on everyone, the kids. I pick on the mother, the father, the grandmas. Like I talk crap to every single one of them.
¿Cuál es el que tú puedes decir, coño, se me pega este? Like, do you ever see like this huge kid that maybe?
So there was one show. I want to say it was like towards the end of last year. I was talking crap to a kid. Y después his dad stands up, and he was a bigger guy too, right? But he was big, wide, and big, tall. So it's like I'm talking crap, and I look over and I had to go, oh shit. And then that was my cue to walk away. You know what I mean? Now if he would have threw some hands, I would have had to throw hands too. Pero but with me, it's whenever I can get the parent to interact like that, I've done my job. That's enough. I can walk off to the next person.
We always say that the parents, you get the dad, better. Cause
job done.
Because the kid, they're going to pay. The kid's going to say, Daddy, what are you going to think? What are you going to do?
Yeah. So whenever I can get the parents involved, my job's done. I move on to the next person.
I need to bring my dad for the last week.
Oh, yeah?
Because he scared kids and adults, too.
Pues, it's funny because I had a vieja throw her bra at me.
Coño, I guess you got really excited.
No.
They throw you the bra and go like, ¿Quién fue? Oh.
No, era una vieja. She looked, nope. I told her she's the one that started COVID. Like, yeah. But like she threw it at me because I'm a bigger guy, and when I wrestle in trunks, so all of this is out. Uh-huh. So she threw it at me because she said I needed a bra. So she took it off, and I was in the ring talking crap, and when I turn, all I feel is, so what the hell? And when I look down, it was a dirty bra. So,
sí. Llega a ser Dolly Parton. Llega a ser Dolly Parton. Atangana.
I had one of the guys that wrestled that trained at the training school where my trainer teaches. I was wrestling him, and I guess his wife got mad at me. So I'm beating him up. And I clearly knew who his people were, right? So I went over and I started talking crap. But when I turned around and I went to beat him up again, something hit me in the back. En cuando miro, it's a gold flip-flop. A sandal. Una chancleta just on the mat. I was like, what the
Dice,
hell?
coño, una abuela, otra abuela me metió. Usted tiene esa otra abuelita.
But I'm like, what the hell? So la recogí, and when I look up, I knew who it was because she was hiding behind someone. So I threw it back at her. Well, come to find out.
Tenía que haberle dado a él otra vez con la chancleta.
Come to find out que it was his wife. Que me lo tiró.
Estaba molesta.
Yeah. Porque I was whooping his ass.
Pero una pregunta, y los, do you have ever had like that you guys were fighting and then alguien del público se metió o?
Not yet. And I hate to say this, but I wanted to happen once at least before I quit. I've not had anyone get that close. The closest I had someone get was it was a older guy at a show que me estaba hablando. He was talking and I talking shit to him, and yo le dije, if you're feeling froggy, take a leap. Pues se levantó and he jumped up on the apron of the ring, and I was like, okay. I said, all you got to do is step in that ring and it's fair game. Y después that's when the promoter and his wife came and pulled him down and made him sit back down.
But wasn't part of the show.
No, it was just something. He was angry at me. He was really mad.
Oh, I did your
yeah,
job.
exactly.
And how you can handle if something like that happen in a reel that
Oh.
the person come in. If the person already in the ring, you got.
It's fair game.
Okay.
It's fair game. You can't get in trouble for it because he interfered. He crossed the line, right? So that's why most shows have barricades, and they tell most people tell the fans, don't touch the wrestlers, don't do anything you're not supposed to, because the moment that you do, it's out of our hands. So whatever happens to you at that point happens to you. You caused it on yourself. So.
La seguridad va a ir, pero
and it's all recorded. Most times it's recorded. So if they try to say something, no, here's a video. Here's what happened.
And you was kick it out from
Yo vi un show one time in Puerto Rico, and this ¿cómo se llamaba este? Ricky Banderas.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting Apollo.
Uh-huh.
And I remember Ricky throw Apollo to the barricade. I don't know how, but the barricade moved. And there were like two kids standing on the barricade, and then that they moved, and you see the kid flying.
Yeah.
Get on la silla ahí, y el papá se levanta. Ah, te voy a romper la cara. You push my kid.
I think I seen that video.
And then
I seen a video just like that recently.
And Apollo goes like, "What kid?" And then he goes, "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Ricky." And Ricky goes like, and he get out the apron. And he goes, "What?" And the guy like, "I'm telling you." You guys are okay? and he left. And then I started laughing when I went to it. It's like, I said, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know why they were screaming. They told they're gonna kick my ass." But as soon as I think when he get up on the floor, he looked back because he was kind of concerned that he saw the kid, but he doesn't see it anymore. So he get up all messed up, like, and the guy was like screaming at him, and Ricky was in Ricky porque estaban por, que le cuentan.
Yeah.
So he goes like, ¿qué pasó? El tipo, no a ti. A Ricky.
Because he was in the ring.
Ricky hace así, and he went down, and Apollo went inside, and he goes like, "You kids are okay?" And I was watching it here, and then I was like, that guy's gonna get his butt kicked really hard because Ricky estaba fuerte.
Sí.
Apollo was, he was really, really big. And I was like, that guy was like screaming to this wrestler like, you don't know, he's not Carlos Colon that's really, like, he just do the estrellita, whatever.
Uh-huh.
These are like really big ones. It's like, oh my God. And I remember, like Sabio and all the promoter back then, Victor Quiñones, they went to the kids, they give them like posters, take picture with the wrestler. And I was like, Ricky, you don't want to take picture with the wrestler? And he goes with the guy, bring me the kids. If his dad get close to me,
I'm gonna whoop his ass.
I'm gonna whoop his ass. And I was like, I remember seeing the kids. That's why I laughed. Venga. Tomaron la foto. They gave it to them, and then I remember the picture. When I saw the picture, you see the kids so scared. And we were
usually
laughing because we said, like, Sabio would tell me, say, ellos están asustados que el tipo venía el papá por ahí, le iba a dar el pay a ellos también.
That's usually how it is.
Fondo del abismo.
See, but that's usually how it is with me, man. A lot of times the kids come up real scared, real like, and the dad's like, oh, no, he's a nice guy. No, go take a picture. And it's funny because I've taken some pictures with some kids before, kid. I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, and the kids looking at me like.
No, es que yo digo, I think heels now, they get more attention because dicen lo que quieren.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They dicen mierda es mierda, fuck it.
Yeah.
El good guy like, no, es coño, está mal. No.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I kind of like, people love Chiqui Star, people like when mismo TNT, when there was a bad guy. Back in the days, there was like Ejército de la Justicia.
Mm-hmm.
Y los malos.
Yeah.
So you see the justice team go save everybody.
The superheroes.
The superheroes. I remember those days.
I've been a face before too. I mean,
that was the word face. That was
face,
like
yeah.
Face and hero.
A face is to me, face is a little more harder. Okay, my problem with being a face is I feel like I'm a cheerleader.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I'll do it though, and I do pretty good as a face as well. The thing is, okay, I'm real professional, and I'm really good at what I do. And then I say surprisingly because I was a real shy kid growing up as a kid. And
many people say that wrestlers that they were really shy when they were young.
Yeah, I was real shy, and I stayed to myself. If I wasn't playing
you played sport and you were shy.
Yeah, like if I wasn't playing sports, I was at home by myself. While my brothers were with their friends and stuff, I was at home. So I really kept to myself, and then I started wrestling, and wrestling is what I think broke me out of my shell. Yeah. Wrestling really broke me out of my shell because I'd have never thought 10 years ago that this is what I'll be doing. Or not 10, but about 15 years ago.
You told me that. Mm-hmm. They're like the oldest is a boy or girl?
My oldest is a girl, so I got 3 girls and 1 boy. My oldest is a girl, my youngest is a boy, and then the other 2 are girls.
And who said that he want to be a wrestler?
All 3 of them. So my oldest, she's got disabilities.
Okay.
So she loves it. She's my number 1 fan. We'll be at shows and she's like, "Daddy, Daddy," and then people will start talking crap. "That's my daddy. Don't talk crap." So, pero the other 3, they say they want to wrestle. Pero if that's what they want to do, I want them to, because then they can continue the Camacho name. Pero if they don't, they don't. You know what I mean? It's whatever they want to do at the end of the day. But right now they all say they want to wrestle.
And then, but did they do something different? Because I know many of them start doing wrestling at school, like
So they play sports, but they haven't done any wrestling. My 2 youngest girls, they play basketball and volleyball and softball. My son starts football.
So the one who plays volleyball must be a really good helper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's the mean one.
She's the mean one?
She's the mean one.
She's
the heel, yeah. Pero my son starts football this year, so this will be his first year.
Is that because I know now I see more, and even I like it better now. They don't show the girls more like a symbol.
Yeah.
Now they wrestle.
Yep.
They
women's wrestling has come a long way.
Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
She's awesome. I really like his character.
Yeah. No, women's wrestling's come a long way from almost little to none to like now they're on the mainstream WrestleMania because they're good. You know what I mean? It's not all about just looks anymore. Now they can actually wrestle, and
I think China broke the barrier one time. For me, one of my favorites was Natalia.
Yep, and was she still around?
Yeah, yeah. And Ronda Rousey, I like her when she went to the WWE, but it's really hard when you knew what she can do in the octagon, and then she go to wrestling and she start failing. Let's put it this way, losing.
Yeah, in the wrestling.
And then they go like, one of my friends always said, it is that they don't let her really fight. And like, man, I wish she does some of the other stuff. They said it's way different fighting than wrestling.
And that's always a tough one, man, because basically what you're saying is like, or what they're saying is like, okay, wrestling's not real. You know, okay, UFC's real, wrestling's not real. This is what I tell people all the time. It's hard to be like, oh yeah, no, everything's real, blah, blah, because people know already. People aren't stupid. I tell people it's called entertainment for a reason. Pero how do you fake me, which is 400 something pounds? How do you fake me jumping off the top on top of somebody? You can't fake that. No, I don't have a string carrying me down slowly. You know, I tell people we train just like any sport, any athlete. You got to train. For instance, a football player, right? If you're a running back, you got to train how to learn how to run in your holes, how you got to, you know, if you're a lineman, how to block, right? If you're a basketball player, you got to train to learn how to shoot a basketball, how to dribble a basketball. In wrestling, you have to train how to wrestle. It's really not much different.
We can call you can call it entertainment. It's a sport as well, but it's like the soap opera. You know the character. Why this lady's gonna go out finish with this person because he's the poor girl, the poor boy with the rich girl.
Right.
It's the soap opera, and we know. Like I say, I always knew that like Ronda Rousey's, she can kick everybody's butt.
Right.
But I know that the Ric Flair's daughter, they said she's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, just because we wrestle doesn't mean we can't fight and we can't beat people up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like we choose this industry, right? Because we like to entertain people. We like to. For me personally, I can't speak for others. I like to entertain people. It's nice for me to go out there and do what I do and see the smiles on these kids' face or see them interact with me. Okay, I'm real old school, right? So I like to interact with the fans. So it's not like I'm just in the ring focusing all the thing on the guy I'm wrestling. I focus on the fans. I'm constantly talking crap to the fan. I like them to interact because in the end of the day, they're the ones paying for the tickets, right? And no one wants to pay for a ticket to go home not happy. Oh, that was boring. Oh, that, you know what I mean? So I'm going to make sure at least in my match, right? I want the whole show to be exciting. I want them to love the whole show. But I'm going to make sure that at least when they see me, they're going to be like, oh, my God. That was so fun. Like it was fun to be able to talk crap to him. And, you know what I mean? So,
do you think the internet mess up the
wrestling business? Yes, I do. I do believe that social media has a part in it. You know, I'm okay in social media. That once all that happened, right? That's when you can start posting anything on social media. So I do feel like it has a part of kind of taking away the realness of wrestling. But
what about the because I know now you know that we're gonna have a surprise. Back then you didn't know.
Right.
So even the storylines, because I know some wrestlers keep their persona on social media.
Yeah.
Some of them they don't.
Yeah.
It's like I remember there's a basketball game back. Play basketball said that back in the 90s, this team they don't interact with the other team, so they're not friends. They were like, we see each other on the basketball court. We say hi, blah blah. But outside, I hate you. So they don't talk.
Right.
Together.
Yeah. So they're not friends in the outside world. Yeah.
And so now that you see social media now. People say, "Oh, look." I always hate that when I see pictures. They took picture of the show, not even starting. Said, "Look, there's nobody here."
Yeah.
And then you see it's really the wrestler on the rope talking, but there's nobody on the side. But then people say, "Hey, put the one 45 minutes later."
Yeah.
Because there's one time I think Edge was in the AEW show and said, "Look at this. Edge came from WWE to this show.
Right.
There's nobody here." And the guy, he was talking. The show won't even begin. He was talking to people saying
that's the.
But they don't do. I didn't know it. I saw when there's a guy and then a guy posts underneath another picture. And it was whole packed.
Yep. That right there is the magic of social media. That's people just being people, I guess, is what I say. Like, some of these people are miserable and they rather destroy something than to actually enjoy it. That's just how things are. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. Pero,
and do you interact additional? Like, I know that. How do people interact with you on the social media? Do you do a lot of interaction with them, or just
yes and no? So,
because they must be the haters.
Well, so. That's that's one of those situations. All depends on the situation, because there's some fans that message me on Facebook. Oh my God, you're my favorite wrestler, one of the best big men around. Blah blah blah. And I'm not gonna be rude. I'm like, well, I appreciate it and whatever. Better than you get the weird ones. You get the weird fans that it's kind of like just wanna be weird about stuff. Those are the ones that I don't interact with. Now. A fan being on social media talking crap, I interact with that. I talk crap right back, So, again, it basically is what kind of energy you give me is the kind of energy you're getting back.
And it's probably even you use it when you go to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like those.
Mm-hmm.
Do they? Do you ever been to? But you are with DFW Wrestling right now,
Mm-hmm.
but. When do you go to another here in Texas? How many companies do you know they had?
I go from all of Texas. I go to Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas. I've done North Carolina.
What is that? What is kind of like the different? Because I saw the Biscos. Not it was the Biscos. No. What was the name of the? They were huge in Texas, and then the
Von Richards.
Yeah, I think they everything was Texas, and then when they started moving out, they said don't do it, but the kids want to say, hey, we have to go.
Yeah.
And then they said Texas was way different than the other. How do you see the difference between states?
It's the wrestling style, right? Porque it depends on the area. This is what I tell people all the time. It depends on the area. Some areas like real old school wrestling, right? But some areas like the new age of super indie, which is move after move after move. The constant go. Most states that I wrestle in like a mixture of both, because there are states that like both. They want a little bit of the go, but they still want you. They still want the interaction, the old school way of things.
So they want like because for me, I like with the show. I like that when they go to like a big stage, they talk. They say about I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. I like that interaction.
Right.
I think that's what the WWE. I think is going back again.
Yeah. Now that Triple H took over, I feel like it's gonna make its way back that way now too.
Yeah, because I remember WCW. That's kind of like what I used to see in the show, the talk, the blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you build a character.
Yeah, it is, because especially when you're first starting out, right? You gotta let people know who you are. You're not just gonna come out and people are gonna cheer for you, or they're gonna cheer for you or boo for you. As a wrestler, when you first come out, you gotta make it known from day one who you are. How can you do that if you're not?
Who's your nemesis right now on the show?
Unfortunately, it's my cousin Zarek. He just turned on us, and we just had a match this past Sunday. And
coño, esos primos son cabrones.
Yeah, bro. Por eso te digo, they say your worst enemy is usually your family, and
the bloodline.
Yeah, so Zarek took advantage and knocked me out with a couple chair shots.
Coño.
So, pero we're not done. We still got more conversation between him.
A los primos, tú sabes, son tus primos,
Sí.
and who else?
So it's my primos, my brother, and my sister.
Que son wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Y tu hermano no le pudo estar en la.
Él no estaba ahí. He wasn't there. Pero my other primo, Onyx, his brother, came out and stopped him.
Ah.
So.
Primo, te van a dar duro.
Mm-hmm.
Ya me están diciendo 2 o 3 cositas, así que prepárate.
Yeah, and the problem is Monkey's real close with Zarek. Monkey me estaba...
Ese que quiere orientarse, llegó a mí, no, coño.
Sí.
Pero son 2 manoplazos.
Sí. No, I think it's at 4 now, right? Era 2 when we first started.
No. Como Zarek, ¿qué se llama?
Sí.
Como él no pudo venir, no quiso venir acá porque él es muy importante. Se dice él. Yo traje el caballo aquí. Yo voy a tener que hablar con Monkey. Vamos a tener que ir ahí al show y hacer un podcast ahí mismo en medio de
Pues,
riña,
Monkey,
para decirle 2 o 3 ahí a los muchachos.
Sí, well, in Monkey's last podcast with Zarek had just left, and I showed up to talk to them because Zarek hasn't talked to me since he turned on us, and Monkey estaba ahí.
No, yo vi el
Monkey
video, yo le
defended
dije, y lo más que dije, coño, lo cortó y no le dieron. Yo se lo dije, no, Monkey, me cortaste esto, pero si me quedé como que no le dieron, coño. ¿Verdad que? No, yo te digo, a mí me gusta la lucha libre. Yo soy, ¿cómo dice? Fan. Yo llevé a mi hijo, ya está en college. Yo me acuerdo que yo lo llevé porque since like I told you, my family, we do the insurance for the WCW en Puerto Rico y IWA en Puerto Rico también. So it was funny because my dad was the broker and he managed WCW for like Carlos Colón, really old school. And I was with the new guys, Sabio, Miguel Pérez, and then I remember one time Miguel Pérez was in my office, and then my secretary goes, yo, what? Carlos Colón is in the front. And I'm like, and I was with Miguel talking, working on the insurance policy. And I was like, dile, pásalo el conference.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, which one? Like, what do you mean, which one? The one that is not close to my office. And then I told Miguel, don't feel bad, I got Carlos in the front. And he goes like, for real? Sabio is on the way. Like, what? Fuck. They have Victor and Carlos at the office, and I'm gonna have Sabio. And back those days, they were really in a legal situation, so there was really bad blood for them.
Right.
And my secretary said, I don't want it to get. Imagine they're gonna throw Carlos on top of me, or they're gonna start fighting. They're gonna come, and she started like really scared. And I was like, okay, tell Carlos, put it in the other conference. I'm gonna tell. And then I say, hey Sabio, let's go. We have to go. Wait for me outside. Let's go to lunch. don't even go. We're going to lunch. And then Miguel bajó. And then I go, hey Carlos, ¿cómo estás? Saludos. And he goes like, ya te vi. Estás caliente. I'm like, what the hell I did?
A Monkey, we were just talking about
Monkey.
you.
Tenemos una discusión pendiente.
Zumba.
Me dicen que sí fue que le cogió miedo al hombre, por eso que no quiso venir hoy. Dio eso de excusa.
Que Zarek le cogió miedo.
Sí, porque entonces, por eso que ya el hombre me estaba preguntando, me dice, coño, Gabriel, otra vez Monkey se puso a entrevistar al primo, entonces me cogió miedo y ¿sabes? Yo tuve que reprenderlo, no hay problema. Y dije, no, pues reprenderlo 2 veces más, porque ya entiendo, porque él quería que estuvieran ellos 2 aquí, yo en el cabrón medio.
Yo tenía que tener mi lado también de protección.
Pues
De
ya,
lado.
tú lo tienes a él.
Yo creo que
ya
fue...
yo tengo el mío. Ya es lo que vamos a hacer, hay que cuadrar, pero con tiempo. No me vengas a decir 1 hora o 25 minutos antes del show.
Ajá, ¿qué pasó?
Para yo ir, vamos a ver si hacemos un podcast ahí mismo. Y vamos a hacer algo ahí interactivo con la gente. Porque yo por lo menos, ahora te voy a decir, mi mano derecha y casi izquierda, vamos a tener una conversación suelta con el primo, porque los primos no pueden joder a la familia.
Yo creo que fue Monkey, por eso that's why he turned on us.
Sí.
Yo creo que Monkey estaba talking to him like this.
No, oye, y te lo
Fui la
creo.
conciencia, fui la
Y te lo
conciencia.
creo, porque eso es lo que él hace.
Yo creo que Monkey was telling him, Zarek, you know you're the best. You're better than
¿Cuál
everyone else.
es la página de Facebook y de la DFW?
DFW All Pro
.com
Wrestling. Just DFW All Pro Wrestling.
All Pro Wrestling, así pueden buscar la gente para que vean el...
Sí.
Y en eso lo tienen está en Facebook también.
Facebook, en Instagram. The video of him taking me out with the chair por culpa de Monkey is on my page.
Danos tus redes para que la gente te dé follow y te sigan por ahí.
On Facebook es Ángel Camacho.
Déjame...
Y después en Instagram es _Camacho.
Voy a buscarte aquí ahora, porque yo
lo tagué en el
no,
post,
si no es por...
en el story lo va a ver. Ahí está el _Camacho.
Es ahí. Aquí.
Esta. Perfecto, porque entonces lo que vamos a hacer ahí es, yo te voy a seguir acá y ahora vamos a coordinar aquí otro golpe en el pecho para Monkey cuando se ponga, me venga a regañar nuevamente porque se me olvidó el teléfono.
Cuando no sigas instrucciones.
No diga, papá, ya yo tengo guardaespaldas, así que no.
Como te dije, yo creo que fue culpa de Monkey que Zarek decided to turn on us porque Monkey estaba in his ear talking about, you know, you're better than all of them. You should leave them.
Aquí está.
Sí, ese es Zarek, mi primo. And
Este fue el que venía para acá.
Ajá.
Ah, pues sí, ya sé por qué, si cosas se lleva bien con Monkey. Si no tiene pelo. O sea, los calvos, todos esos calvos todos se llevan bien.
Tú vas en el mismo camino. Porque
No empieza, estamos. ¿Ves lo que te quiero decir? Ah, no, pero
No,
es que
the more and more I get to meet.
Mire, caballero.
The more and more I get to know Monkey, the more and more I realize.
Coño. No, sí.
So I see the people that Monkey is.
No, porque, óyeme, uno, a la familia uno no la jode.
Mm-hmm.
Eso es lo primordial. O sea, acuérdate que eso, uno está mal. Porque imagínate, vas a tener una reunión familiar, entonces lo tienes que ver ahí. Yo le doy con el refresco con la lata en la cabeza.
Yeah.
Si el primo me se pone pendejo.
Está fácil.
Sí.
Estás acompañado. No te ves así guapito cuando estás solo.
Agárrame. Suéltame.
Monkey, I can't do nothing when I'm gone. Te jodiste.
No me aguante. Esto es una invitación, el caballero que está el primo ese, le vamos a decir ahorita que con el caballero no puede joder. O sea, los Camacho y los primos tienen que unirse, tienen que estar todo el tiempo unidos. Entonces todos los hijos de pulca están en la calle por ahí jodiendo. Los de Monkey, pues, que... No.
No, sí.
Mira, Monkey tiene un show el 4 de mayo.
Okay.
Sería bueno que ustedes fueran allí y hablaran personalmente y le explicaran a Monkey cómo verdaderamente se debe hacer comedia. Se pueden coger a Monkey y hacerle un power slam.
Sí, I'm all for it. Ya hablamos de eso.
Sí, le pueden explicar porque ahí Monkey va a entender. Cuando son chistes malos.
Yeah.
¿Entiendes? No, coño, Monkey.
Creo que es el momento de bajarte el volumen.
No, mira, fuera de broma, la gente verdaderamente piensa, o sea, dice, esto es un show. Es un show, pero volvemos a lo mismo. Esto nosotros decimos que es la novela de los hombres. Pero aquí no solamente la novela de los hombres, hay mujeres que son también entregadas en este ambiente y lo más importante, como yo digo, son los niños.
Sí.
¿Entiendes?
That's how it is for me.
¿Ves lo que dice así? Cuando él hace así. Eso dice que así te va a hacer a ti en el pecho. Mira, lo hizo así.
Monkey, are you threatening me?
Él no vio nada.
Are you threatening me, Monkey?
Él no vio nada.
Zarek no está aquí. He can't help you.
No, él se cree que... Mira, yo tengo aquí a Gonzalo en línea, que es el Gonzalo, estás en el podcast aquí, eran vivos. Monkey me dice que quiere saber si en caso de que le dé el luchador que tengo aquí al lado, le dé un mal petazo, le puede rellenar de sheetrock el pecho.
Iba a quedar medio duro.
¿Viste? Mira, yo te llamo ahorita, dame terminar aquí.
Dale.
Cuídate.
No,
Mira que el sheetrock...
No
¡Arma y todo!
Ajá.
Dale con el título, mira.
La cosa es que
Mira.
now I see where Zarek gets him from. Porque Zarek no me puede pelear sin silla and weapons and stuff. Ahora, now I see where it came from.
Mira, yo le voy a prestar mi correa de campeón al hombre aquí para que vea que es un campeón. Así que no.
¿Quién es tu productor? Así que se supone que tú estás de mi lado hoy.
Oye, mi mamá en esta tiempo tiene a todos los luchadores en contra de cojones.
Ajá.
No, man, no. Esto, es más, este podcast tiene que haber una segunda parte, pero hay que hablar con el... ¿Cómo es que se llama
Con
el primito tuyo?
Zarek.
Zarek ese, hay que llamarlo porque... No, coño, no.
Llámalo ahora, Monkey. Llámalo a ver si...
¿Lo voy a llamar? Ay, bendito. Pero que se oiga.
Porque no me está cogiendo el teléfono.
No, que te va a coger el teléfono si no ves el miedo que te tiene. ¿Sabe qué metió las patas? No, tacho, no. Él sabe más que eso. Viste, mira. Mira, puedes hablar. Con amor y cariño. Coño, con ese amor. No.
Ahora.
¿Qué bajo?
Ajá.
Ahora es que me dicen que le cogiste miedo al hombre.
¿Cómo que yo le agarré miedo al hombre?
Bueno, me dicen aquí que le cogiste miedo. Imagínate, te invitaron para el podcast, le dije al hombre, tráelo para acá, que lo queremos conocer. Y le cogió miedo que viene el primo tuyo acá. Yo sé que eso, a los primos uno no se le da en la espalda ni le da con la silla.
Nada, negativo, yo no tengo miedo. Ya yo resolví lo que tengo que resolver con él.
Bueno, tú eres el que no llegaste aquí. Hoy diste la excusa que tenés que trabajar en otro lado. Monkey me dijo, no, bendito, es que el hombre, tú sabes, yo le tuve que dar un masaje en la espalda la semana pasada, dito, por la tensión. No, eso no.
¿Crees que aquí está Ángel diciendo que si no es con una silla, tú no le ganas?
Pero él no le gana la silla, si yo, esa es la pregunta, no voy a arreglar la pelea, Ángel.
Él lo
sabe.
sabe.
Si está ahí. Te gané, Ángel. El referee dijo que estar noqueado no puede ser.
Mira, ese referee está peor que el árbitro apostador ese que tenía Juan López.
Ask him how he did it. Ask him how he did it.
With the rules. There's no rules.
No, and I agree.
Monkey.
I agree. But the difference between me and him is family means everything to me. So I did my best to not use any weapons because I wanted this to be a fight. This is how Camacho handle it. See? And especially in this family, los Camachos, we fight with our fists. Pero, Zarek, como le dije at the show, he's spoiled. Zarek thinks everyone owes him everything and everything's got to go the way Zarek wants it to go. So, because Zarek can't handle fighting with his fists because that's not what he grew up around.
Mira, Zarek, ¿cuándo vienes para acá?
¿Cuándo estás disponible?
Bueno, estaba disponible hoy. Yo saqué mi día y todo. Es más, traje hasta la correa de Carlitos Colón, original, para que la vieran ustedes aquí. Pero para el próximo podcast, además de que le dejo otro mametazo en el pecho a Monkey. Pero ya veo que Monkey está entubando, o sea, yo sé que Monkey lloró supuestamente porque él mismo me dijo, ni me dolió porque él no da duro.
Sí.
Yo le dije, entonces cuando estoy hablando aquí con tu primo, me lo acaba de confirmar que tú lo único que das es con una silla porque no puedes, no das ni con los puños ni con las manos.
No es que yo quiero saber. Yo doy cabezazo, rodillazo, patada, todo.
¿Ah?
Te doy cabezazo, puño, patada, todo, hasta sillazo.
A los cabezazos se los puede dar a otra persona.
Pero es que se probó que él es el más fuerte de la familia. Ya tumbó el primero, así que next.
Pero Monkey, when he hit me with his fist, ¿qué pasó? Nothing. What happened?
Pararon la pelea porque te dejaron en el piso.
¿Con qué? But with what?
Con las reglas, que no habían reglas.
You right.
Mira, ¿cuándo es la próxima pelea de ustedes? ¿O el próximo show?
I understand May 10, if I'm not wrong.
Sí, yo creo May 10.
El otro viernes.
Pero eso es lunes. Eso viernes.
¿Ah?
Ese mayo 10 un viernes en Halton Theater.
Halton Theater, mayo 10. Separa la fecha para que vaya. Dale.
Déjame confirmar aquí para ver. Dale. Mira, prepárate que te van a dar con la silla y con lo que no es silla.
Cállese, señor.
Gracias a Dios que es primo tuyo, porque si no le echaba Monkey.
Mira, Onyx, yo hablé con Onyx, and Onyx told me to let him handle it for here. So I'm gonna let Onyx handle it, pero si él no lo termina, I'll finish it.
Sí, óyeme.
Mira, here's the problem. There's a reason why I'm the leader of the Camachos. You know what I mean? Because I see things differently. Family means the world to me. And como family, you're always going to have a fight and an argument, pero I don't put my hands on family, pero he se pasó. So now, at this point, yeah, I'm done. Now, at this point, it's going to be all this.
Me imagino que dijiste, no le quiero dar dito.
Sí.
¿Sabes? Me van a venir los tíos a joder, a preguntarme, coño, lo jodiste.
Sí. Y por eso dije, we fought, yes. On Sunday we fought, pero yo, as a Camacho, we fight with our fist. Y la cosa es que Zarek didn't grow up like me and Ocho. Zarek grew up in the little suburbs, privileged and stuff, and no sabe nada about fighting and how to run things. So con Zarek, it's a lot easier for him to use a weapon than to use his hands.
Que volvemos a lo mismo.
Mhm.
Cultura de los muchachitos, estos jovencitos que no, la quieren toda fácil.
Sí.
Pero nada, mira, esto es bien sencillo. El 10 de mayo va a haber un evento de DFW All Pro. Me imagino que ustedes en Halton City. Así que todos vayan y busquen las taquillas. El 4 de mayo, si quieren ver a Monkey cogiendo un body slam.
No, ningún
De
body
nuestro- de-
slam. Eso es comedia, no es lucha libre.
No, está bien, pero es que estamos hablando, pero es un body slam de comedia. Para que la gente vaya así, te acuerdes, en mayo 4, entra a monkeyevent.com, compre su taquilla. Y es más, este sábado, si saben que tienen ahí, mira, esté pendiente, ven ahí. Ahí van a ver cómo se le pone la cara a Monkey con su sellito amarillo.
Si quieres, Monkey, tú me dijiste que you want to take a Camacho bomb.
¿Viste? Monkey,
A la más.
are you ready to rumble?
Gracias a los auspiciadores.
Bueno, le queremos dar las gracias a todos los auspiciadores. Palerm Insurance para todo relacionado a su seguro. Copal Enterprises para toda remodelación, construcción. Hasta ya posiblemente tendremos que reconstruirle a Monkey la rodilla, la espalda. Y a Zarek, pues, fíjate, déjame ver si yo hago para que Gonzalo te prepare algo para que
Sí.
para que cuadres con el hombre ahí, no te pelees mucho. Y a Angie y Jazz, cualquier cosa también, esa es nuestra personal trainer. Yo puedo hablar con ella para que te pueda dar 2 o 3 de estos ejercicios para que te ponga en shape. Así que ya lo saben. Y monkeyevents.com, entren, compren su taquilla para que vean a Monkey su show de comedia este sábado. Así que no se lo pierdan. Así que nos vemos la próxima semana. Vamos a ver si tenemos una información sobre el evento de la lucha libre. Se me cuidan.